Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judith Mhlanga. I'm from the University of Johannesburg under the Department of Quality and Operation at South Africa. I'll be introducing two papers that have been written with me and my co-worker, Dr. Anup. The name of the paper that I'll be presenting, the first one, it is ID number 178. The name of the paper is the impact of the employees' working conditions, satisfaction. And then the second paper, it is productivity improvement at the soft drink manufacturing company, which is a case study. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the presentation on the first paper, it is paper ID number 178. The name of the title, it is the impact of workplace condition on the level of employee satisfaction. The abstract within the study, it is to investigate the impact of the management and the workplace condition on the level of satisfaction of employees. This study was done based on the city of Johannesburg in non-profit organization. The reason being, the non-profit organization is one of the sectors that have been neglected within the management aspect, which we believe that they're facing a high staff turnover, was selected from this case study with 10 employees across several departments, where it was convenient as a sample structure. And for us to get the information, we use also interview and also particular observation. Within the results, it did show that there's a limitation within the equipment and the machinery to perform daily tasks in the instant within the organization using only one printer and one scanner to do photocopy. And also within the organization, the further highlighted that there's more or less management in terms of engagement, which also leads to dissatisfaction to the employees. The introduction of the study, it is within this organization, which is a non-profit organization, is to also accomplish the mission and the vision, because we believe that every organization that is in existence, their goal, it is also to make sure they meet the component within the workforce. The employee shall meet and execute criteria set within the organization, which is guaranteed for the nature of their work. In order for them to accomplish this task, the employees are required to be enabled within their workspaces and also the satisfaction and be motivated to do their work. So the background of the organization, also South African nonprofit organization in Johannesburg, is one of the study that we looked at to highlight the aim of educating unprivileged students and disadvantaged children across South Africa, which was implemented in 2000. And this organization was able to develop about 140 young South African leaders, and they have a good pass rate within 100% in their matric students. And we believe that with their workshop and mentorship as an NGO, they are able to develop these young people to be international and also local within their leadership skills. So one of the elements that was highlighted in terms of the literature, it was organizational behavior and job satisfaction. Every employee has their own interest and aspiration and expectation within the workplace. Organization behavior determine the job satisfaction of the employee within the workplace and also the ability to workers. And we believe that according to Guyon in 2005, he included that also with efficient equipment, it also bring the limited faults within the machines and the equipment to the employees to become less motivated towards their work, resulting to low performance level. Within the South African labor legislation, specifies the worker should not work under long hours, more than 45 hours per week. In the case of overtime, the workers must be given the returns based on their normal wages. So, according to Lowen in 1996, unfair conduct was also an impact of job satisfaction, where it was also highlighted that the employees within the organization will be determined to do overtime, irregardless being paid, which it leads to the impact to the employees. Another element that was highlighted, it was the leadership and the job satisfaction. So we believe that the level of job satisfaction is also influenced by management leadership. So every manager have a big impact in terms of how to influence particular individuals, and we believe that whatever the organization need to achieve, it leads back to the leadership or to the management. Also, but then John in 1996 also highlighted that leadership plays a big role in success of the attitude and the employee of the workplace, and the employees on average are satisfied with their jobs. However, they tend to be less satisfied with the pay and promotion opportunities where leaders can have less influence. Ineffective leadership can be positive influence on the organization through enhanced productivity, innovation, job satisfaction, and commitment of their workforce. Leaders such as managers, executive, and directors play a major role in the decision of the business. Enhance the response to understand and how their employee by assigning the expectation and the requirement indicate in figure point 1. Leaders should also determine the various needs that employees order to satisfy them. So this structure, which is figure 1, it is also illustrated to show that the self actualization and also within the status and being love or belonging, or the social and the safety and security, and also within the physical appearance within the organization, it play a big role to employee satisfaction. Figure 2 is also path goal theory, which is also illustrate the leader's behavior and subordinate factors and employee output. So we believe that with leaders, behavior, supportive and consideration, and also participative, and will lead into the leadership behavior, and subordinate factors, which is employee characteristics, environmental factors, and working condition. Employee outcome will be job satisfaction and accept the leader's effort. The methodology for this study, it was a qualitative research to implement the up-close and depth examination. The nonprofit organization was based in Johannesburg, which was selected the case study to on the high staff turnover experience. The organization within the qualitative method allowed to examine the employee attributes by means of the situation and the workplace and enable the shame their view and jobs. This study interact with the interview and observation, and the overall organization performance, it is affected by several factors, mainly length of employee engagement, leadership, and job satisfaction. Out of 86 total employees within the Johannesburg office, about 50 employees across the 5 departments, which is Department of Finance, Bazar Management, Marketing, Communication, Human Resource, were selected as a pro sample for the study to determine the employee satisfaction intended to continue within the long-term basis. So the results on the 2 factors, insufficient resources and the role of the management, the frequent, it was 40, and 45, it was on the role management. So the percentage of the insufficient resources, it was 80%, and the role of the management, it was 90%. With the availability of the resources, the high impact, it was on the bursary management department and the communication department with 90%. And the impact of the management on the job satisfaction, it was more highlighted on the human resource department and the bursary management with 100%. The recommendation for this study, it will be that the nonprofit organization should attract sponsors to generate funds to add enough sufficient equipment. This will help to eliminate delay, and employee will be able to complete their work on time. The management must be well trained to handle the diversity and ensure equity to resolve conflict and address problem fair. The organization can implement the performance system assess employees within the constructive feedback, and struggling employees can be rewarded for performing in their workspace. The management can implement the job rotation, enrichment, and enlargement to promote employee engagement and involve and enable to perform various job and assets, which will give a great responsibilities to employees. Thank you.